All right, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody is well. First and foremost, happy Saturday. Much needed day for some bench time. Hope you all got some good plans for your weekend. So today, like what's in the thumbnail is correct. We are going to show you finally this dart that we started over a year ago. And we'll explain a little bit about what, why, and how, and we'll go from there. But let's get through that intro. We'll do I think I have a bunch of pictures from some of the process of building it. So if I do, I will do a quick slideshow, and then we will turn the camera around and we will show you what we got. If I don't have the pictures anymore, then we'll just turn the camera around and show you what we got. So be right back, everybody. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed that. Before I turn this camera around, I want to do a channel shout out, which I haven't done for a while. But this is a channel that has really like popped out and really kind of jumped out at me, and I've been watching some of his other videos trying to catch up, and I'm digging it. I'm really a man of my own heart. I look for the craftsmanship. I look for stuff that is similar to me, where people are trying to learn. I try to learn something with every build. I try to improve upon myself. I don't care about the whole popularity contest stuff. I just try to produce a better product, or get the vision out of my head and put it down on the table so that I got a really cool piece on my shelf. Taking it to the model shows, that is just a bonus. That is where you get to share your art. But the biggest thing, and I truly believe this, is meeting all the people and talking model cars or talking one-to-one cars. That is hands down what it's about. When you're out racing, you don't get to do that as much because you're in that fierce competitor mode. So model cars is just really chilled, really relaxed, and I enjoy the heck out of it. I'm sure there's some guys that take it over, and that's their thing. But this channel here means a lot to me, and I really dig his builds. He does a lot of like Pro Street / drag, and then he's done some resto mod things. I just did a resto mod with my Cornet, but it's Diamond State Speed Shop. His name is Grant. I'm gonna post the link. Here's a quick picture right here. That's his channel. Check him out. Great channel. He should be a lot bigger than what he is as far as subscribers. Seems like a really down-to-earth guy. I dig that. I'm really digging his channel. So go over there, tell him that KRD Jason sent you his way if you haven't already checked him out, and enjoy. If you're into the Pro Street, you're into the drag and drive type cars, stuff like that, you're gonna dig Grant. So let's make this community grow. Nonetheless, let's turn this around so you can see this dart, and we'll explain the story. Be right back. Alrighty, so this is my 1968 Revell Dodge Dart that is a recreation of the Ray Barton Hemi car that Jim Daniels drives. Um, About the only thing that I really didn't do to it, this would be considered more of what current state of SSAH would be. So the cars are pretty much back half cars, meaning they're not all jacked up anymore, and the tires are much larger than they were back in the 60s and early 70s. So what we've done here is we've recreated the car to what I think is very current to today's standards. I don't have wheelie bars on it. I'm not a big wheelie bar kind of guy. I did make a set of wheelie bars for it, and I may try at some point when I get some time to finish them up, and I might make them go on with magnets. I personally like the car without wheelie bars. My real cars are a no bar type situation, so I think this just looks better without them. So we've got a complete brass cage that goes from the front to the back on this thing. All the chassis is all made out of brass as well. We have an active handle off of the funny car cage in there that the cable comes down and out the back and goes to the parachute. This was an extremely fun build. It took a little bit of getting this wheel well correct. So many that I've seen when guys do them, whether they're real life or in models, the wheel well opening is not correct to what they currently are. And so when I cut that out, I made a template first, and I just kept fitting the template, and then from there traced it out onto the body, and then completed the sectioning or the cutting of the wheel wells. So let's get this hood off here. This hood can be a little sticky. So this is what you would consider as a current scoop for today's cars. Other than the fact is I put this rib all the way around. You can see it there. That rib goes around the top. I like the way that accentuates the opening, and we went with that. The parachute is 3D printed. The wheels and tires are all 3D printed as well. There's a few parts and pieces on here that are VCG resins. Then the rest of it is pretty much all stuff that I printed here in the model shop. We've got a Ray Barton Hemi with the MSD front drive distributor, basically coming off the Gesso belt. We've got our Holley carburetors. We don't have them accurate to what they were back in the day. Things have changed, and some of them now even have the other style of cylinder head on them now too. So we're building another version of a super stock AH car, and we're going to go a little bit more to some current standards than what this one here is. This one, as many of you may know, started out as my 2025 USAC build, and we had lots of issues with this car, and then with a lot of things that were going on in life that particular year, just was not in a good place to continue on. I had so much time invested in some of the chassis work stuff that I just didn't want to shortcut the model by just slapping it done to get it done for the completion date. And to be honest with you, between life and this thing here, it just put me down a really delayed out path for a bunch of the other group builds too. So I struggled with completing some of those other group builds too, and that really sucked. So the reset kind of for me was doing the 48-hour and the Grandpa Mark's 24-hour button really reset. Those builds really reset me, and then when Kenny and I discussed doing the A-Body Buddy build. Then this thing kind of fell into multiple group builds for the A-Body Buddy build. It also fell into my zombie group build because the USAC thing is pretty much gone for the Dart at this point. But nonetheless, I'm very pleased with it. It turned out, I think it turned out great. I think there's things that I could have done better. But at some point you just get to the point where it's time to just get the thing to be one piece and you put it on the shelf. And I think that's pretty much why we're going to display it now and just say it's a done deal. Like I said, I do have the wheelie bars set up for it, but I just don't really want to put them on at this point. But I know some people are probably wanting to see underneath, so let me get a rag. We will put it on its side. Let's shut this off because a lot of people have asked about the chassis. If it was a full tube chassis, no, it's not a full tube chassis. These cars still have to have a part of the original chassis. This is the way a lot of them are done. Let me move this. Sorry, let me pause it real quick. Alrighty, so all of this is brass tubing. I 3D printed the rear end. We made shocks and springs there. We made the wheels and tires. Believe it or not, the tires were a little bit of a chore to get some of the corrections and things of how they wear it. I don't know why I went down the rabbit hole to try and show wear lines in the tires, but I did. I'm not sure how much that's picking up in there, but the whole 4-link, everything, the drive shaft, all of the brake line there. We've integrated the brass into this chassis. We modified the K-member. That is the suspension from the Revell kit, just cut apart and separated. And then we have chopped out the strut rods, and we put the brass strut rods on there, and then it's got all the disc brakes. And then of course we stained it to make it look like it's been used. Very interesting. Scratch built headers. Those were fun. Let me stop this. Alright, let's set this back down here. This poor car has lived so much on its side, it's unreal. But like I said, I got way too much time in this thing, and it was just to the point where it was time to just call it. I have a couple other darts that I have some slicks decals for, and we're going to get going on those. I love doing these tribute cars. This is really cool for me. These things are really badass when you can see them on the shelf and you've got a tribute of some of your favorite real one-to-one cars, and that's really cool. So I have a few others that we're going to do. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to tackle a couple of them that there's no decals for. I'm going to work with a gentleman to see if he can help me out with some decals, and we will go from there. Some of the decal main people, like right now, which would be Terry from STS, he's got an extreme backlog, and that's good for him, but it's not good for me. You know, I can wait no problem 3 months, but when you're talking 6 to 8 months, that don't work for me. So I'm hopeful that we see more people come forward making decals, because I really don't want to have to buy equipment to start doing it myself. That'd be just like getting another hobby, in my opinion. The 3D printer was already become somewhat of a hobby, And right now I pretty much only print stuff as I need it, for the most part. I'm not on that printer as much anymore, just because of the fact is I'd rather be building and doing this. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you think that I did a good job recreating this car. I've always looked up to this car. This car has been around for many, many decades. It's had many, many drivers over the years, and it's an honor to build this car. It was an honor to have fun with it. I particularly don't like red, and but this is one that I had to do. I felt that the Ray Barton Dart was the first one to the start of these recreations of these badass Mopar drag cars that I want to do. I have a couple Chevys that I want to do too, and I think you guys are gonna dig. So let's flip this back around. Alrighty, so I don't know, I'm pretty happy with that thing right now. I'm definitely glad to call it done and put it back in the case. It's probably gonna come with me to Acme, and after Acme that will probably be done. So there's a model show next weekend that it will go to, and then September I'm hopeful to go down to the Midwest Scale Madness show in September, with my buddy Bob, and hopefully Tim Casper and those guys will all be there. I think Craig Woods is going as well, so definitely want to try and hit that one in September. I gotta look and see. I'm sure my buddy Ryan will be watching this, and he's pretty good about going to some of these other models contests that are near us here in Minnesota and Wisconsin too. But for right now, I can say 3 more shows, and then this thing will probably get parked permanently. So we're going to be doing the Midwest Mopars show, which is Mopars in the Park this weekend. They've got a model contest and the real 1-to-1, so we're going to be participating with both. And then we'll probably do the September one for the MSM Club, and then Acme. So after Acme this year, we will officially retire this build. I do have, yeah, let's wait on that. But I do have another one that is kind of started that I could show, but I think I'm going to wait because I need to get a few other pictures gathered up here. So, but again, these recreations, I love doing these recreations. Just like this has inspired me to where when I do an Indy car, I want to do an Indy car that is a recreation of another Indy car that is in real life. So I love doing this stuff because when I look at that thing right now, I just think it's so cool to see it, you know, on my shelf or whatever. So really, really cool. Just like at the model show, I've seen a ton of like NASCARs that really look good. I need some OJ. Those types of builds really intrigue me when people can make them look like the car was shrunk down. So there's a lot of different genres out there, and that's great. But that's going to do it for me. Look for what did you buy Wednesday, because we did get a few new things for what did you buy Wednesday. I did get something neat yesterday. I ran into Hobby Lobby real quick, and this guy was there. So that's really cool to see this truck there. This little Chevy Love. So I don't know what we'll do with it, but I had to grab it. I don't have one, so I figured I'd grab one, and we'll see what we're going to do. But nonetheless, we will see you on the next one. Maybe a video tomorrow with an update of some of the stuff that we're working on. We've got 3 projects on the bench: Shop Truck, the Demon, and we're also playing with a little Dodge Ram Charger here. So I'm trying to get a few things in primer. Josh is out here working on his Coronet, so that's cool. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.